It's no secret that the government wants to take people's guns away. Second Amendment. I mean, you have people that used to live in communist Cuba, and they're saying that's the one thing we can't not allow the government to do, because that was the first thing that Fidel Castro did when he took over. He got rid of the guns. As soon as they do that, there's no way for people to fight back against tyranny. But apparently, this article states that the CDC hid studies showing that plenty of Americans use guns every year to legally defend themselves. Legally defend themselves. Obviously, they want to downplay anything that says guns are a good thing and exaggerate and put a magnifying glass on anything that says guns are a bad thing. Citizens, responsible citizens owning guns is a bad thing. They magnify those things. That's the way it works in a lot of industries. They'll magnify whatever supports their narrative and brush under the rug anything that goes against their narrative. And this article looks like that's what they were doing with people defending themselves legally. Especially everything that's going on now. There's going to be food shortages. What's going to happen if these things are going to happen? Like, people need a way to defend themselves. Even police officers have came out and said, you're going to have to get a weapon to defend yourself. It takes us a long time to get to certain calls. So anyway, it says throughout the pandemic, anyone who disagreed with the official position of federal health agencies such as the CDC and Fauci were accused of ignoring the science. But as if we have long known, federal health agencies give us plenty of reasons why we simply can't trust a thing they say. When researchers for these agencies come up with findings and conclusions that go against the Marxist deep state mandated truths and the information, the science gets buried. And that's exactly what I was saying. Defend themselves every year with legally obtained, constitutionally owned firearms. That, of course, refutes the need of and arguments for more gun control, which is nothing but people control, frankly. And that is true. I mean, they don't get rid of all cars because one crazy person crashes into a crowd of people. They don't take away everyone's car. They don't have speed control. They don't, control those things. So why do they want to take away guns from responsible gun owners? Many people who support gun control are angry that the CDC are not legally allowed to use money from Congress to do research whose purpose is to advocate or promote gun control. But in the 90s, the CDC did look into one of the more controversial questions in gun social science. How often do innocent Americans use guns in self-defense? And how does that compare with the harms that guns do? So FSU criminologist Gary Kleck concluded the most thoroughly previously known survey data on the question. His study, which has been harshly disputed in program control quarters, indicated that there were more than 2.2 million such defensive uses of guns, DGUs, in America a year. His findings of the day were immediately attacked by the usual left-wing gun-grabbing subjects, and especially those within the Democratic Party, but it turns out that his research was very close to what the CDC's own findings were on the issue. But there was a wrinkle, so to speak. After collecting initially published a paper in 2018, he was notified that the CDC's mid-90s defensive gun use surveys that it never published were only conducted in a subset of states. A subset in states, not the entire country. Those states were in 96, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, New Hampshire, New York, West Virginia, Colorado, Missouri, New Jersey, North Dakota, Ohio, Montana, and Pennsylvania. So Kleck recalculated using the new information after judgments to guess the gun-owning household, the range for total defensive gun usage, DGUs. Kleck estimates for the nation with the above method from the CDC state-level surveys range from a low 620,000 to 1.9 million, for an average over the years of 1.1 million defensive gun uses, not the original figure of 2.2 million. Still, that is quite a large number, given the fact that we have been told consistently by the anti-Second Amendment gun grabbers in government and the Democratic Party that actual defensive gun users are many times fewer than the collects 1.1 figure. But two things: it really doesn't matter if defensive gun users are a few or a lot every year. The Second Amendment guarantees our right to gun ownership, and most states have dramatically relaxed concealment carry laws, and the CDC hid its research. So the intent remains the same as when the founders wrote the Constitution. Guns are for protection too. So there you go. That's the way it works. That's the way it works, guys. They magnify the things that support their argument, and they bury things that go against it. All about the money, all about control. Let me know what you guys think. You guys think that they magnify things that they agree with and bury things they disagree with? And what do you think can be done about that? I think it's just knowledge, getting knowledge to the people. But thank you for watching. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day.